Thanks for watching the Fumble. I'm here with Britt Johnson.
Hey guys.
And Naz. Naz actually helps out with our social media. All of the graphics you see on our Instagram and Twitter, he made them.
Yay.
All right.
Yay. Don't sound too excited.
Go me.
You're actually very lucky to be up here with us. It's a true honor.
Yeah. They'll tell you.
I can't
Let him know.
tell you
Anyway,
how excited I am.
Today we're going to talk about whether or not college athletes should be paid. This is a topic that has pissed me off for years, and I'm glad we can finally talk about it. Britt, who wants to start this? Obviously, I think yes, they should be.
Let's let our guest start today.
Oh yeah, what do you have to say about it? No.
I'm going to say that college players should not be paid.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's turn his mic off. Thanks for being
First
on
off,
the show.
let me explain. College athletes get a stipend, which should be increased. First off, let me just go and get that out of the way. They should get a bigger stipend because the cost of living is probably not covered in their monthly stipends. I agree with that. But should a college athlete be paid to go play college athletics? No. First off, they're already getting, if they choose to accept it, they get an education paid for, their tuition paid for, their fees paid for, they get boarding if they want it, and they get food if they want it. So that being said, hold on before you jump all over my throat. That being said, the thing is, people are saying these college athletes are bringing in so much money.
They are.
Okay, hold on. They bring in so much money. Well, you only have a small portion of those athletes actually bringing in money in your big money sports like football and basketball. What about all the other sports? What about the people who play field hockey or water polo or the people who are on the rifle team? All those people, are they going to get paid as much as the other players?
No, because they don't bring in $1 billion a year like the NCAA does.
Okay, and how's that going to look when you pay a bunch of male student athletes who bring in all of the money into school and then don't pay any of the smaller teams or any of the female teams if they don't bring any money? Are you really going to sit up here and say that that's okay to pay these only players, and is it just the starters or is it all the people?
It's like running a business. I mean, who's bringing you the most money, that's who you're going to have to pay more. I mean, it's like I'm sorry, but yeah, if you're not bringing in more money.
So you're okay telling a team that, hey, I'm sorry,
no I think they should all make money,
well,
but
I kind of think in the middle of both of you guys. So first off, I do think players should be paid. I think that there's going to have to be something that comes out on how they're played, because only football and basketball are the only mainstream sports in college that actually bring in money for the school. I do understand that. I know water polo and all these sports aren't really bringing in any money for their sport. I get that.
At all.
But I also think that there has to be these players, the average work week for a football player in college football, they work 43 hours a week on top of what they're doing in school, which, mind you, I'm not going to agree with you on the free education thing because they're not studying what they want to study most of the time. They're taking
Whose
classes.
fault is that?
It's not their fault.
Well,
Listen, no.
Whose fault is that?
It's not their fault
if you
because
look at
they have practices at certain times, so they have to schedule classes where they're allowed to schedule classes at because they have to be practice games, whatever, during certain times or whatever. So they literally can't take classes that they would want to take that maybe would help them in their future because they have to take classes based around the football practice schedule, game schedule, all of that, travel schedule.
You mean to tell me that college athletes, a football player, can't major in whatever he wants because of football practice?
He may be able to major in it, but the thing is, they're not always able to take the classes they want because of their schedule. But here's the thing.
Give me one example. Give me one factual example of that.
Okay, you want to take a class at 5 p.m. It's a class you want to take, and you can't because you have.
Even when I was in college, I worked full time, which sucked, and it's really hard to work full time and go to school. And I worked full time, and there were classes that I was unable to take that probably would have benefited me a little bit more in the career that I chose, but I could not take those classes. I ended up, my senior year, I took classes like gymnastics and whatever because they happened to be available during times that I needed. All the great classes are going to be taken.
It's true,
you know what
but
I mean?
we have to go back to your point very quickly that they're getting a stipend for all the food they want. When you have kids that are going on camera saying that they didn't have money for food, they don't have money for rent, but
I also just said that they should get more money.
And then when the coach buys them a lunch, there's repercussions. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous.
I just said that they deserve more money for their monthly, but it needs to be uniform.
I just spoke to a guy that just graduated college last year from Baylor. On the basketball team, he made, if he lived on campus, $400 a month. If he lived off campus, he received $1,250 a month. where in the world are you going to live with that kind of money?
I just said I agree that they deserve more money.
I'm going to have to wrap this work. You don't let them work.
I just said that they deserve a larger stipend.
I will be back on this topic. I will tell you that much right now. Okay, there will be another show because there's a lot that can be said about this.
Okay, but let me say one more thing.
No, we said enough.
You're done.
Let me say one more thing. Let me say one more thing.
You want to go back to your cage?
Let me.
You're about to go back in there.
Let me say one more thing. One more thing.
We never let you out. Okay, I'm gonna say.
You begged me to be on the show today. First off.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, I'm just gonna say this: that in 2015, the NCAA reportedly brought in almost $989 million, practically pimping and hoeing these college players. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Now, speaking of...
Thank you for not responding to my other points about other athletes not getting paid as much because they don't work in or they don't play money-making sports. I appreciate that.
Listen, I told you I'll be back on this topic.
Okay.
I guarantee
I'd love to see you here. I'd love to hear you defend that.
We don't have all day.
Now, I'm moving on to another injustice in the sports world.
I like how you use it.
And that is, should NBA players, or should the NBA kick out fans that are heckling the players while they're playing? Patrick Beverley seems to think so. He was just fined $25,000 from the NBA for engaging with a fan during a game. And this is what he had to say.
F you, Patrick Beverley, waving a clapper in my face. I'm not comfortable with that. So if the NBA won't protect the players in that manner, I feel the need as a man who has morals to stand up for the right thing. I have to protect myself.
So he thinks the guy should have been kicked out.
I'm going to start this time because you took way too much talking last time.
I'm sorry, I had valid points to make.
I do think the NBA should protect their players a little bit better. Number one reason why I say that is this double standard that they have, because I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a former NBA superstar named Charles Oakley who was taken out of a game, out of the arena, for yelling at an owner. So why, if somebody's, I know people want to, the NBA tries to say, oh, it's freedom of speech, they're allowed to say what they want. But as soon as someone yells at the owner, that person gets removed from the stadium. But then if they're yelling at a player, oh, who cares? You can do whatever you want. It's freedom of speech. This is a public place.
But I don't
agree with that.
I don't think the NBA kicked out Charles Oakley. That was like the owner. Teams. The owner had something to do with that. And then the NBA stepped in and they made them kiss and make up. The commissioner stepped in. So that wasn't the actual NBA.
Well, I guess my thing is I think the teams and the arenas should protect the players. Like, if that player is on my team and somebody's heckling them and going crazy, and Patrick Beverley did say he's okay with, like, the light hazing and stuff, but Patrick Beverley was literally on the ground and some guys over him doing like this.
Brett, he wasn't like this. We're going to show you guys the clip. Here's the clip. Here's the clip.
All right,
okay.
Show the
Here's the clip. He wasn't over him, but he was talking smack. Here's the thing. I agree. The players need to be protected if they're getting up and standing up and getting physical. But listen, if you're a public figure, people are gonna hate you. We get trolled all the time in the comments. We can't block every user from the channel, though I wish we could. But the point is, it's like you're gonna get to a certain
level. They do block them for us. You know what I mean? And I think the NBA.
No, they don't.
Patrick Beverley is okay with, the booing and stuff and understands that that's part of the game. But where do they draw the line at?
But saying F you, I mean, come on. You know what? Nas, we want to hear from you.
Okay, so Patrick Beverley falls into the stands after he's fouled. He's on the ground. The guy's sitting there with his little, like, noisemaker clapper, which, by the way, you're a grown-ass man. Like, put the clapper down. You don't need it. Give it to your kid. Second of all, like, if you're, like, laying ground, and even if he says something to him, Patrick Beverley's making $6 million a year. You need to be able to grow a little bit thicker skin.
The owner of the team is
saying,
making way more than everybody, and he gets people kicked out.
But he has the power to do that. Patrick Beverley can't look at someone and do that.
So
I'm not saying that's right in the first time. So who's going to do it? Excuse me, Usher. This man is making me feel uncomfortable by saying F you. I feel like my feelings are hurt. Usher, could you please escort this man out?
The NBA
Are you serious?
The OKC, thank you guys, OKC, because OKC actually did escort a player out, or a fan out for heckling and being too crazy. That one doctor guy, I don't even remember, but he was some doctor guy. They escorted him out.
I'm just saying, if you're making $6 million a year, you better be able to handle someone saying F you.
Believe it or not, I actually agree with you on this one. An F you, that's not that big of a deal. He didn't get too violent. We could go on and on about this, but before we end this, I have a gift for both of you. First of all, this is for you for saying that college players should not get paid. And Britt, I didn't want to have to do this, but since you think that these players need to be protected more,
you can hold that yourself.
I'm going to have to give you one too.
I
to give you one too?
Yes, this is all.
You guys, we want to know what you think about these topics, okay? Should college athletes get paid? Duh. And does the NBA need to protect these guys more? I don't think so, but let us know in the comments below. We love you guys so much. We'll see you next week.